everyone right now in the UK, especially migrants, are looking forward to seeing what the political parties have to offer through their policies, particularly with the current immigration reforms. Which of the political parties' immigration policies ahead of the general election, which is coming up on the 4th of July, will influence our voting decisions? Both the Labour Party and the Conservative Party have made bold promises, but what do they really mean for the future of migrants in the UK? They have both come up with policies around how they intend to tackle legal migration that has to do with work migration, those migrating into the UK to do skilled work, and student migration, those who are migrating into the UK to study. They also came up with policies around illegal migration that has to do with small boats, those arriving in the UK illegally via small boats, and the backlog of asylum seekers in the UK, how they intend to sending them back to different countries and deterring potential asylum seekers from entering into the UK. They also have policies around the Rwanda bill. We all know how passionate Rishi Sunak is with the Rwanda bill. What is he going to do going forward after the election, and what is Labour on the other hand coming to do with the Rwanda bill? Are they going to continue if they win the election, or they have got different plans with it? We are going to discover all this later in the video. What is Rishi Sunak actually looking forward to do on top of the current immigration reform that he has passed earlier last year? Or is it this year? And what is Labour also looking forward to doing differently when they win the election? If this video interests you, stay tuned as we break down the key points and what they could mean for migrants in the UK. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. My name is Fatima Ali. If you do find value in the video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and share to other people. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. Please do like the video, share, and comment. What are their policies? Both political parties policies when it comes to legal migration. What are they saying when people are migrating into the UK to study and to do skilled work? For those who do not know, skilled worker visa is the largest migration route in the UK. People coming into the UK through sponsorship and meeting certain skills and salary requirements. We all know that Rishi Sunak had already passed reforms earlier this year around the requirement for skilled worker visa. The minimum salary threshold was increased to 38,700. Social workers that has to do with carers and senior carers were banned from bringing dependents into the UK. A list of jobs for which somebody could be sponsored with a reduced minimum salary was being made shorter, and the minimum income to sponsor somebody for a spouse or a partner visa was increased from 18,600 to 29,000 pounds, which is even on a progression. It aims to increase going forward. These were the reforms Rishi Sunak passed earlier, and as it stands, he maintains these policies. Rishi Sunak has not announced any further reforms when it comes to the work visa. Now let's look at the Labour, the opposition. What are they looking forward to doing differently when it comes to skilled worker visa? I've made a video earlier on this. Labour promised to reduce reliance on overseas workers by training British workers and putting value in their skills and expertise, that employees would now focus on local talent and reduce their focus on foreign talent. Labour also promised that they are going to ban employers who are more focused on relying solely on overseas workers. So if they see any employer that focuses on just employing overseas workers, Labour is going to introduce a law that will ban these employers completely, banning employers from focusing more on employing foreign workers is a way of intensifying the reforms, which is a step ahead from what Rishi Sunak has done. Just so you know, Labour says it has no intention to change any of the current immigration reforms that has to do with the skilled worker visa. Prior to Rishi Sunak student visa reform, students were able to come into the UK with their families and study. After their studies, undergrad and master's students were allowed to apply for the graduate visa for 2 years, and PhD and researchers were also allowed to apply for graduate visa for 3 years after their studies. But Rishi Sunak passed a reform that stopped students from bringing in their dependents. So what is Rishi Sunak policy when it comes to student migration? Rishi Sunak is maintaining its current reforms on student visa. Of course, students are still not allowed, after the election, students are still not allowed to bring families with them to study in the UK. Rishi Sunak has ordered the RSC to review the graduate route, which they are maintaining it. So students can still apply for the graduate route after their studies, but it still remains they cannot bring dependents into the UK. Rishi Sunak has not announced any further reforms that are going to be intensifying these current reforms. Now let's look at what Labour has to say when it comes to student migration. And the Labour government, students will still not allowed to come with dependents. But what is Labour saying when it comes to the graduate route? We all know that Rishi Sunak, after the review team had come out with their results, Rishi Sunak is maintaining the graduate route for both undergrad, masters and researchers. But what is Labour saying about it? Labour says it has no comment. We still have from now till few days time till the election. Maybe they will come out with what they intend to do with the graduate route, but they have not said anything when it comes to the graduate route, and that I am being skeptical about it. That is it with legal migration. They only came out with policies that tackle work migration and student migration. Now they also got policies around illegal migration, for example small boats. So let's see what they all have to say about small boat. The most common thing about what they both have to say with regards to small boat is that they all vow to stop small boats crossing into the UK. But what are their strategies? Definitely it's gonna vary. Okay, so let's look into what Rishi Sunak has to say when it comes to small boats. For records, 2024 recorded the highest small boat crossing in the UK. I think the last highest was in 2022, and 2024 recorded the highest. So obviously whatever Rishi Sunak was doing, he has to intensify it or perhaps alter some of his strategies. Rishi Sunak or the Conservatives are still focused on stopping small boats crossing through increasing cooperation with France and agreements with the EU and other countries. I have made a video on my channel how the France police and the France enforcement were intercepting small boats in the middle of the sea. So they have people that are deterring smugglers and small boats from crossing to the English Channel. Rishi Sunak is saying that it's going to increase cooperation with the France enforcement, EU borders and other countries to deter them right from the onset. And of course, Rishi Sunak believes that his Rwanda bill is going to serve as a deterrent to potential small boat crossers to not come into the country. Now let's see what Labour has to say. Labour plans to spend the money Rishi Sunak is spending on the safety of Rwanda bill to rather enhance enforcement and build security border command to prosecute gangs operating in small boats. They will also give police more power to carry out extended search on suspected people. Labour obviously is saying that they are going to cancel the Rwanda bill. They don't see its significance and they are rather going to divert the money spent on Rwanda bill onto doing something different, like enhancing the enforcement, empowering the police force more to search suspected smugglers, and also striking deals with EU countries to rather send asylum seekers there than sending them to Africa. Rwanda. Let's see how the both intend to tackle Rwanda. One thing you must know is that this is where they differ the most. In as much as they want to deter people from coming into the UK illegally, they both have different views when it comes to Rwanda. Remember, it was initially Rishi Sunak policy, but it's Labour supporting it. When Labour wins the election, are they going to continue with the Rwanda bill, or are they going to scrub it off and put in place something different? Let's see what Rishi Sunak has to say when it comes to the Rwanda bill going forward if they win the election. Rishi Sunak is saying that the Rwanda bill that cost him about £310 million will deter potential people crossing to the UK illegally. We all know that the Safety of Rwanda bill got passed in April. Okay, and the whole purpose was to send people arriving in the UK illegally to Rwanda. Okay, but you must know that no flight has taken off yet, but the bill is being passed. Now it's just waiting for the flights to kickstart and send those whose asylum claims have been refused to Rwanda. But failed asylum seekers who are successful in Rwanda can claim refugee status in the country and have legal rights to stay in the country. But one thing you must know is that no asylum seeker will be able to apply and return to the UK once they are sent to Rwanda. Labour, on the other hand, is saying that when they win the election, they are going to cancel the Rwanda bill. A bill that Rishi Sunak invested about £310 million, they will cancel it and they will have nothing to do with it. Now we are looking forward to seeing how they intend to processing asylum seekers in the country. What is the alternative option? They have not said that, but this is what they are saying. The leader of Labour said last year that he will look at an offshore scheme where migrants are processed in a third country, usually en route to their country of destination. That is what the leader of Labour is saying. Let's look at asylum backlogs. What are they saying when it comes to the large backlog of unprocessed asylum that has been in place since 2018 to date? I understand it's reducing, but there's still a backlog of unprocessed asylum claims in the UK. What are they saying? How are they going to tackle this backlog of unprocessed claims? Rishi Sunak increased the number of caseworkers in the Home Office and introduced processes to streamline processing claims. They also placed asylum seekers on a large barge to stop the sizable hotel bills building up by housing them there. The Rwanda policy is aimed at clearing that backlog and ensuring it does not grow. Rishi Sunak is saying that the Rwanda policy aimed at clearing the backlog and ensuring that it does not grow anymore. So if they send them to Rwanda, there will not be backlog of asylum claims. Labour is also saying that they are going to hire about 1,000 more case workers to create a returns and enforcement unit to address the 40% fall in asylum removals since 2010. They will also employ civil servants in the UK and abroad, with overseas officials negotiating returns agreements. The plans will be financed by savings made by clearing the backlog and ending the use of hotels to house asylum seekers. A fast-track asylum casework system for safe countries will also be introduced, so cases are processed within weeks. Amazing. They've all got amazing strategies on how they are going to tackle the backlog of unprocessed asylum claims. We can see that the policies which Sunak has outlined, most of them are already in practice and they are just looking forward to maintaining them. Labour, on the other hand, intend to maintain the policies that Rishi Sunak has put in place, except the Rwanda bill. They have also intensified some of the policies, some of the current policies, and have not said anything on some of the issues that has to do with migration, and that is concerning, because I'm wondering, if you have nothing to say about, for example, the graduate route, what will you do about it when you come to power? Are you going to maintain it? Are you going to increase the years? Are you going to reduce it? Are you going to cancel it at all? So Labour has left us thinking or in suspense as to what they are going to do with some of the policies. Labour is also not forthcoming with their immigration target. How much do they intend to cut net migration? They are not saying it, they are not being specific, because they are leaving it to its fate, and that is concerning. That is it, guys. I thought that I will bring this to your knowledge, explaining this into details and concisely, so you will get the understanding and making your choices right. Okay, because I believe that some people just feel like Rishi Sunak policies are too tight when it comes to immigration, etc., and they're looking forward to changing government. But what is the opposition party looking forward to do when they win the election? So this is a very good video for you to compare both and think to yourself, who should I vote for? Okay, if you find value in this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. It will just push the video to reach many people, and you are helping me as well. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe to my channel. Leave your thoughts in the comment section and share to people to also benefit. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. I'm going to leave the link in the description so you can have a read. It was published by Sky News. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.